amesema bus next hadi jioni, so itabidi tungoje.
Vera, bado nalalia nyumba?
But alinifukuza.
Alma?
Alma? Alma?
This Valentine's season, you and your loved ones deserve to cherish every moment and celebrate the love and connection you have grown since the day you laid eyes on each other. Join us for the Valentine's Expo 2025, a vibrant, a love-filled space where brands and love unite. Also, this is your grand chance to be a part of history as we host a Guinness World Record attempt for the most hugs in 24 hours. Don't miss the Valentine's Expo 2025. For more details, please reach out to the following.
Pata taarifa teke na e-paper. Stay in the know on the go. Getting the full story bila ngori. To sign up, choose your preferred subscription. Use the promo code SUBZ22 to get 20% off and pay. Get your favorite newspaper and enjoy the truth anywhere, anytime. For inquiries, email epaper@ke.nationmedia.com or call 0790 111 111. Subscribe today and get your taarifa teke.
Looking for some mehe faster than you can say spill the tea? Well, I've got you covered.
Con Entertainment, you know, we already got the vibe, so I got the beats, my moves ni kwako.
Join us for Chocha where the games are wild.
Kiss my dump, right? Gachagua, Kindiki, Sakaja.
And of course, kama kuna story inspiring ama ngoma noma, send in tutakuwakilisha kama kawa kama dawa.
Catch Beats and Buzz
Only on NTV. It's gonna be mad and crazy.
Nakulike mekuma kama tattoo.
NTV, turning on your world.
All right, a very good morning to you. It's good to see you right here on Your World on this trendy Thursday. And as per usual, we talk about things that are fun, creative, trendy at the same time, and easy, really, as we ease into the weekend. And today's conversation is all about art. It's all about culture. It's all about social media influencing and content creation and all those things above. All right, so it's going to be an amazing conversation that you want to stay with us until the end of the show, because it's all about influencer culture and art. And my guest today, it's like pure talent today on the show right here on Your World. And I don't know if you've got like a snippet of what is, and especially on my right side, of the set, and we'll reveal it in just a second, because like I said, today it's all about pure talent and pure, creativity. So on this first hour of the show, I have two creatives, okay? And they are artists, okay? And we'll be telling you what exactly, is their niche when it comes to art. And later on in the show, and that is on the second hour of the conversation, we'll also be focusing on content creation and also delve deeper really into the world of jewelry, okay? So what is that like? And we'll be talking about gemstones and their, the history and all those things. So it's going to be an amazing conversation, 2 hours of fun, but also learning and interaction right here on Your World. And we're coming to you from Karibu Inn right here in Nairobi, along Waiyaki Way. So if you're looking for a place, and especially like I keep saying, this entire week, Valentine's is coming, and you're looking for a place to take your loved one, consider Karibu Inn, because they have all these amenities, beautiful amenities, amazing grounds. They have luxurious accommodations that, will fit you and your needs and your loved one's needs. Okay, so Karibu Inn along Waiyaki Way. Now, we have a question for you before I even introduce my guest this morning, and the question is very simple. Why do you think the future of content creation is is headed? Okay, where do you think the future of content creation is heading? And do you see trends like, non-fungible tokens, virtual galleries, and augmented reality influencing the next wave of creators? That is the question that we're asking you. But really, where do you think the future of content creation is? Okay, so interact with us on our socials, and that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and tag me as well at Lubembe_Winnie. But if you're trying to call in and you can't get through because sometimes the lines get busy, use our WhatsApp number 0112 500 400 and interact with us. Once again, the question is very simple. Where do you think the future of content creation is heading? Okay, so let me introduce my guest. On my immediate left, we have Louis Alosa, who's an illustrator and caricature artist, and his business is called Alosa Arts. Good to have you this morning. How are you doing? You want to speak to the mic? Thank
you so much for inviting me.
It's good to have you. Good to have you this morning. Now, Mesema atadichora, and you know something that he said? He said that you have great features. Now, me, I'm scared. I'm like, what do you mean by those? And now, my overthinking brain is overthinking.
Don't worry.
Oh, my days. If you see those interesting cartoons that you see, either on social media or anywhere, this one, okay? So I'm really, really scared, but I'm also curious to see what that will come out of. And on my immediate right, we have Jonewa, he's a visual artist. Good to have you this morning. How are you? You want to speak to your mic? Yes, thank you so much for coming. And like I said before, when I was introducing the show, there's a lot of things happen on my immediate right. Beautiful painting, but also something that's, I'm trying to think, like, what was the thought process? What is it? What is it all about? But you'll tell us, right, as we continue with the conversation. Yes. But since you have the mic, you have the flow. Really, let's talk about you as an artist, a visual artist. First of all, what exactly does that mean? And when did you get into visual artistry? Are there some things that inspired you to get into it?
Okay, first of all, I'm Jonel. I started drawing ever since I was a kid. I used to scribble in classes. I think it was my concentration gear in class. I can't concentrate without scribbling in books. So my books were dirty, filled with scribbles. Yeah, so I came to realize that actually I can do something presentable back in 2019. That's when I indulged in art industry professionally. Okay. Yes, and majorly my work focuses from social to historic aspects. When you talk about historic aspects, I focus on African culture more. Okay. Yes, cultures from different countries in Africa. And when you talk about social aspects, I focus on things that happens on our day-to-day life. Yes, things that affects people normally. Yes,
I see that. And I'm just curious, why the specific areas, and why are they so important to you to bring them out visually?
Yes, first of all, when I talk about socially, I relate closely to human beings, because they say that artists are the only people in the world that can interact with different kind of people. So it's relatable. I like to study people, so that's why it's so relatable to me. And historic aspects, when you think about history in our African culture, it's something that bring us this nostalgia. It's like we're stuck there. We don't want to move. Things that are happening now, they are positive, right? But when you look back, we feel like we want to go back to the days.
I see that.
Yes.
And also, and especially like in the current generation, because again, you're pretty young.
Yes.
And when we talk about history, there's so much of history that young people, the younger generation, might not really know about.
Yes.
So do you feel like from your, through your creativity, you also sort of like help those young people learn that in the 1800s,
yes,
this used to happen, and this is what was happening?
Okay, I incorporate both. When I draw something historically, I incorporate with something that a person can relate in a current state.
Oh, I see. Yes. Like bring the old into the new.
Bring the old into the new generation.
So interesting.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back now. You see, when we were younger, growing up, our parents used to say, "Go to school, do your homework, focus on school and education, and then get a a good job, and then all those things. So I wonder for you, since you love drawing and all those things,
yes.
did you get to a point where they tell you, wachana na hii soma kwanza? But before you answer that, let's speak to Louis. Louis, so you are an illustrator and caricature artist.
Yes.
First of all, kwa ule mtu, my people in West Pokot, maybe they're coming to terms with the word caricature for the very first time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the niche that you are in?
What caricature can simply describe it as a way of exaggerating something or people or an object.
Okay.
Just you look at, for a caricature, it brings out the character of someone more. When you, let's say, when you're drawing maybe a prominent person and you know them by their white smile, that's what you portray in a caricature. Or if you know them with their wide laugh or the way they frown, you make sure that you put it into the perspective of a funny drawing.
So it's like you focus on one specific unique feature.
Not necessarily one.
Okay.
There are people who can have like many.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who can have many, 2, 3. It depends on how you observe that person.
Okay.
There are some people who they are very hard to draw because they don't have many features to exaggerate.
Okay.
But there are others who are very easy.
You said, what did you say? You have a lot. Now, like I said, I am very...
Yours it's easy.
Oh my days.
But easy is good.
It is
It doesn't
good.
mean that it's bad. It's good.
And let me tell you.
It means that I have a lot to work with. You give me a lot to work with.
Hey, let me tell you. Now my brain is... But it's okay. And I'm also curious to see how that comes out.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you have to be very observant to see this unique aspects about someone and then bring them out in
a comic way.
In a comic way.
Yeah. And also, you don't, when you are doing caricatures, you don't take a lot of time, like observing. Because if you look at somebody for a long time, you miss to see the exaggeration.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you take around 30 to 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute to just observe.
So it's like observe, it's like a
then I
lens,
know.
take the picture and then have that, in your mind and then now translate that into...
Yes.
That is fascinating.
Yes.
So then how did you get into this? Is it a passion? Is it like, Janela said, ever since he was young, he loved drawing. So I wonder for you.
It's
do you want to speak closer to your mic? What when nyumbani uko?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's almost the same story as his. Like, well, since I was young, I used to draw in my books, like on the covers. And even during exam times, when you are given rough papers to do the maths calculations, I used to do on one side and then leave the blank to draw.
To do your thing.
So it has been something I've grown up doing up to when I was in college. I was doing my IT. I did my IT, passed, got my job, got employment. But then I left employment to focus on this full time.
How was that? Because again, like I said, growing up, our parents would be like, "Wewe focus on education. Hizi mambo zingine wacha." And if they find you drawing, unapigwa because you're not focusing on education. Was that the same for you? I know your parents were like, "Yeah, you know what? Whatever makes you happy, you do it."
Okay, for me, I can say maybe I'm privileged because I wasn't like forced, but I was just told that you go study, then you get job.
Okay.
But I wasn't like forced to like be there.
Stop. Yeah.
So for me, what encouraged me to now go full time is when I went to an exhibition around Village Market.
All right.
So I didn't know that artists could make money out of art until I went to that exhibition. I said, wow, people can really make money. So I went back home and I bought some sketchbooks and started doing and started practicing, going to YouTube, online materials and stuff. That's how I started.
I see that. And also you said so it's not like you neglected shule,
I actually graduated.
all those things. You did very well IT. You did IT. And then got to a point you were like, IT, goodbye. I'm gonna focus on this other thing. So I'm also curious to understand how that transition was like for you. Because you see, IT and then art, it's like two different worlds, you know? But here you are, today. And also you said you discovered kumbe you can make money. So we'll also come to that and talk about how you can make money. But let me speak to Jonewa. So again, the question that I asked, I don't know if you responded, in terms of, were you to, like, the parents and the people around you, did you get that chance to express your creativity ever since you were young? Ama ulikuwa unaambiwa wewe kwanza soma kwanza, alafu hizi zingine utafanya later?
The good thing with my story is that my parents allowed me. I had this freedom because as I was still drawing, I was also modeling using the clay soil, so I could miss even eating lunch. And my parents didn't have a problem about that.
Okay.
They gave me my time to focus on what I love more.
Yes.
And after that, creativity came first in my childhood life.
Would you say creativity like runs in your family? Is there any other member of your family who's very like creative, either visually or, any other form of creative?
My father.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
My father used to take me. Okay, my father paints. He writes using paints. Yes, so he used to tag me along whenever he got. He's a teacher right now. He's a deputy in a primary school. Right. So he used to tag me along whenever he gets some jobs, and that inspired me a lot.
Okay.
Yes, I remember the first time I felt like I'm into art a lot. Mm-hmm. There's a time he took me to his friend. He was drawing. Anatomy, human being. Okay. So there's a way that this guy drew the threshold between human face and the neck. I didn't know how to put that out. So it made me feel like a magic, and yes, I felt it.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so you have 3 paints. Do you want to just go over there, and because it's very, I'm trying to think, right? So there's this first one.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's that one, okay?
Yes.
And then there's this one.
Yes.
Very different.
Yes.
But also very deep, very intense in some ways. So what is it? What is the thought process? First of all, let's just begin with this one.
Oh, we begin with this one. Okay.
Right? What is it? What is, because I can see this beautiful woman, very distinct features, but then so we have the beads again to sort of like symbolize Africa culture, heritage, but then again we also have the US flag.
Yes.
What is all this, and what was the thought process before actually doing this?
So this I was inspired by most African individuals who are outside the continent. They are in other continents.
Okay.
And it's called Away From Home.
Away from home.
So as Africans, even if we are away from Africa or we are away from Kenya, we have these bracelets that Kenyans do have.
This one.
So we identify them. So we don't lose that identity as Africans. So even if you go to the United States, you go to the Europe, yes, you are in Europe, but you have that culture inside you.
Still?
It might be inside you or outside. So we don't use that. We don't lose that culture. Yes. Now it's just a series of identity as African. Yes.
So then why the US flag?
The US flag.
Yes.
This is one of the artworks that I've been invited by the Denver International, Denver Cities International. This organization in Denver, Colorado, that it focuses on connecting cities to cities through cultural endeavors.
I see that.
So I was invited, and I thought this was the best to connect Africa and United States.
And also, do you want to come on this other side so that watu walio nyumbani wakuone vizuri?
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay that way?
Yes, I'm okay this way.
Okay,
no
fantastic.
problem. Yes.
Okay. And also, so did you, because you see for this specific drawing, it's very detailed and very well did.
Yes.
So did you like just sat and came up with, first of all, the image, or were you like referring to, does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I wasn't referring to anything.
Yeah.
Okay, the most difficult part about my drawing pattern is the getting an idea. I can take up to 2 weeks to get a single idea. Yes. And after getting an idea, these other things are, it's like you are copying from your mind and putting it down on paper.
Yeah.
So it's not hard, but the hardest part is getting the inspiration and the idea to put it down. Yeah. So yeah.
And you know how I'm saying like it's very distinct. You see this the two tiny knees
the beads.
Not even the beads.
Yes.
On the skin. You see on the skin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The pose.
Like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Like that. You are very observant, and like you said, for you have to like a few seconds lock in whatever feature that you lock in, and then transfer that into paper. What do you see of this? What is it like that it communicates to you?
For me, I love his concept because it is intriguing, and the colors itself, it's what strikes you first when you look at it. You see the flag, you see the beads, and you try to make connection between the colors and also the person behind those colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Now, like you said, it can take you like a week to come up with an idea.
Yes.
So I'm also curious to understand. So then, what is your creative process like? But as you think about that, Louis, I wanna indulge you in a sec. So this is different, completely different from what you do.
Yes.
So to you then, what is your creative process like? Because like you said, you notice something, notice a distinct feature, and then lock that and translate that into art, right?
Yeah.
So what is that process like for you? By the time you know we have something tangible to see, what is that process like for you?
Okay, first of all, before doing caricatures, you must know anatomy, like exactly what he's doing.
Yes.
Like that's where this is where I started.
It's very
drawing such portraits.
Yes.
Then once you've understood that anatomy, like where eyes are supposed to be, nose, how the shape. Once you've understood anatomy, that's where you can now pick up caricature. You can't pick up caricature if you don't know anatomy.
If you don't know anatomy.
You must know anatomy. Yeah. So I have to study the shape of your skull.
All right.
The shape of your eyes before I start sketching. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you're gonna draw me, okay? And I wondered, so how much time do we have to go on a break? But you said, so how long does it take?
5
Do you have
10
seen me?
Yeah.
I am sure you have locked that one feature or two, or maybe because you said I have a lot. Okay, and then you're gonna translate that. Okay, so 5 minutes. Okay, do you wanna do that now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I am scared, but let's see how that's gonna happen. Okay, so will you be okay over there? All right, as he sets his I want to say his station. So Janelle, for you, so might take a week for you to come up with an idea, and then now translating that idea into this beautiful piece.
Yes.
How long does that take, and then what is that process like for you? Do you sometimes like lock yourself somewhere and get inspiration from all those, or what is that process like for you?
Oh yeah, so as I said, like this one took me almost 2.5 weeks to come up with an idea, and then it took me 1 week and some days to put it on paper. Okay. Yes. Before I start drawing, of course, I do sketch the sketching with a graphite pencil. You know, graphite pencil, the normal pencil we use in schools. Yes. Right. Yeah. So after that, now I start drawing over it with a charcoal pencil.
Okay.
Yes. So and I have there's something called charcoal powder, the powder of a charcoal.
All right.
So I use that to smudge and bring the skin to light. And you see the details. The details are as a result of there's something called there's something like a tiny rubber. I use it to bring the details out. Yes.
Okay. Yes. I see that. Louis, so guess what? We're about to go on a break in the next 1 minute. And I know what to nyumbani, if we don't see it, we will not believe it. So do you wanna just pause a little, Cynthia, and then look on this other side. So pause a little, and then when we come back from the break, you will start. Cynthia, so that waone wasiseme hapana alikuwa amechora and then akaweka hapo kando and then and all those things. But then again, so what is the biggest I want to say challenge in your, say, not even thought process, but really by the time we have masterpiece in this case on paper. What is the biggest challenge for you as an illustrator and a caricature?
The biggest challenge is, first of all, caricature is not known by many people, especially in Kenya. So creating awareness first is the first challenge, because sometimes you find people who want to be drawn, but then they love seeing other people being drawn, but themselves they don't like this.
It's like, so, you're exposing my knees.
They don't like how I say, the cartoon. Then when you draw them,
they're like, this is not me.
And it's exactly them. I tell them, you wanted caricature. This is caricature. So I think it's about awareness, like creating awareness.
Yes.
That's what we are doing, me and my friends. We have a group called Caricature Kenya.
All right.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a break. I wonder if I'll be among those people who are like, this is not me at all. Okay, but let's take a break, and then when we come back, would see actually Louis, doing it, in live. All right. But remember the question that we're asking you today, a very, very simple question, and that is, where do you think the future of content creation is heading? Okay, and we have trends like non-fungible tokens, virtual galleries, or augmented reality influencing. Is it the next wave of creators? Will it influence the next wave of creators? That is what we want to understand from you. Send us I want to say an SMS, but really, if you can send us an SMS, also feel free to do so. But get in touch with us on our WhatsApp number, and that is 0112 500 400, or interact with us on our socials, and that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X. I'm again for the second part of the conversation, but guess what? We're going to have it, okay? So see you after the short break.
For every challenge, be as strong as this. In every collision, discover the world as it is and uncover a strength that's yours. Redmi Note 14 Series, All-Star Durability.
Looking for some mehe faster than you can say spill the tea? Well, I've got you covered.
Entertainment, we already got the vibe. So I got the beats, my moves ni kwako.
Join us for Chocha, where the games are wild.
Kiss my dump, right? Gachagua, Kindiki, Sakaja.
And of course, kama kuna story inspiring ama ngoma noma, send in, tutakuwakilisha kama kawa kama dawa.
Catch Beats and Buzz
only on NTV. It's gonna be mad and crazy.
Nakulike mekuma kama tattoos.
In the dynamic legal landscape of Kenya, connections are currency. Building strong relationships is vital for success. The Business Daily Legal Minds Golf Classic isn't just a golf tournament. It's a strategic platform where legal minds converge. Imagine your brand associated with this exclusive event, rubbing shoulders with the most influential figures in the legal sector. As a sponsor, you'll gain unparalleled access to a discerning audience, showcasing your support for the legal community and solidifying your position as a trusted partner. Elevate your brand visibility, build lasting relationships, and tee off to success with the Business Daily Legal Minds Golf Classic. Don't miss this opportunity to connect with movers and shakers of Kenya's legal world. To partner or sponsor, call Winnie at 0713-351-695 or email wkahoi@ke.nationmedia.com. Visit our Business Daily Africa website for more information.
Shilingi 1,000. Toka kwa hiyo sanduku. Stoki. Rudisha hiyo pesa kwa sanduku namba 10.
Ongeza ifike 50.
Kwa nini? Anataka ukule popcorn ukitizama runinga, sawa? 100,000 Kenya shillings. inch TV. Smart 1,000. Yes!
Together we will mourn your loss.
I didn't vote for myself.
Don't tell me.
I'm giving my vote to Barbara.
There's something you need to know about Ma'am Barbara.
Elaine?
After all our family has done for you, this is how you repay us?
Barbara, please admit it. Just tell them the truth, Barbara.
Admit what?
Widow's Wear.
On the 7th of March, 2025, we embrace the theme of marching forward. Here we stand as symbols of progress. Together, we march with confidence and grace, showing the world that when women rise, everyone rises. As the sun dips below the horizon, we transition from the greens to the glamour of the evening. We are inviting you, all the lovely ladies, to please join us at the Muthaiga Golf Club for a very unique experience.
Welcome back. The show is Your World and it's Trendy Thursday. And as per usual on Trendy Thursday, we talk about different things that are trendy, culture, fun, things that really you should know about. But also make it a little bit easier and fun as we ease into the weekend. And today we're focusing on influencing, we're focusing on art, and we're focusing on culture as well. And we'll learn a little bit about gemstones, okay? And I know most of us are like, hey, Sasa, those ones, what are those? Don't you worry, because we'll teach you more on the same and get deeper into understanding, gemstones and, why they're very important, okay? Now, for the first part, we are focusing on art, and we have two different artists here on set today. One is a visual artist, and the another one is an illustrator and a caricature artist. So Louis is an illustrator and a caricature artist, and we have Janelle, who's a visual artist. So before we went on a break, we tasked Louis to do something, that is to draw, and he said, it's easier. And he noticed the first time he said he noticed something. So Louis, the floor is yours. He's already standing over there, and he's ready. So Louis, you do your thing as I speak to Jonewa. So Jonewa, so you've done this for a while. You've loved it ever since you were young.
Yes.
And your paintings are very, I want to say, are they paintings? How do you call them?
They're just art.
Art, yes. So they're very distinct,
yes,
and very so have you gotten to a point where you would say it's more of a career than just something that you're passionate about? Like, are you able to confidently say, listen, I actually make money out of my passion?
Okay, I'm already on that road.
Yay.
Yes, since I told you that I started professionally, I've been here for over 5 years.
Okay.
Yes, it pays my bills, but that's not my focus. My focus is, there's a challenge I experienced back 3 years ago, seeing different artists giving up. When I got into this industry, art was rich. When you draw someone, when you draw a celebrity, it was a marketing tool for us, drawing a celebrity, and yes. So I got into this space at the time where these people have not been drawn before. Yes, so if you present something to a celebrity, the response you get
is very good.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah.
But it reached a point that so many artists, so many celebrities have been drawn, and many artists gave up because they received negative feedback. That's when that was my challenge. That was the challenge on my side.
All right.
Not that my art
was not good.
No, not that I received a negative feedback, but seeing other artists giving up.
Okay.
That's when I came up with an idea of Jonwat. Jonwat is the first art label in Africa. Yes, its focus is to nurture the upcoming artists. Yes, bringing artists from different different countries and different backgrounds.
Okay.
Yes, and the good thing is that we are on the road. We were supposed to launch Jonwat a long time ago, but I took a step behind to see if raising an artist is like. It's like raising a child.
True. I have to nurture them, help them grow. Now the thing is, you said you've noticed is a lot of artists give up.
Yes.
So the big question is, why are they giving up? Is it that this is not a marketable venture? It's why is there like maybe there's no support, there's no Kenyans do not embrace art? What is it? Why are they giving up?
Okay, they feel like they are not appreciated more in search of maybe financial support. But I think that's not the case. I think our perspective needs to change because we are the one who wants to make people feel our art. So we need to change because the world is also changing, and we see right now we have AI coming up. Yes, so we need to change our approach in the game. Yes, so I just want to encourage artists out there who feel like they want to give up. They should venture into many things. Art has many forms. Like right now, we have so many opportunities in Kenya as artists. We don't have art as a form of entertainment. We just have comedy and music. Yes, that's what as Jonewat, as the art label we are going to introduce. And the good thing that we're already in talks with partners from the United States and Europe. Yes, so that's something that we are going to actualize and make art lively in the country.
I see that. I mean, Jonewa talked about Louis talked about caricature, as in focus on one distinct feature, maybe or two or three, and then bring it out in a comic way.
Yes.
So then I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. It's like there's no. You can't place, say, like art anywhere like the way comedy has been, right? Yes. So what will it take then for us to get there? Because there's so many people who are very talented, very creative, would want to put out, their work, but they don't have, like either such platforms, or they've not been empowered. They don't know where to go. What will it take for us as a country to get to that point where we say, you know what, say our art is recognized, we can make money, and like you said, yes, you make money, but it's not like your primary source of income that pays your bills. So what will it take for us to get to that level where you as Jonewa say, you know what, I'm not doing anything else, I'm not even helping to raise artists, I'm focusing on my art, and my art is paying my bills?
Okay, first of all, my art pays my bills.
Yes.
It's a full job time.
Oh, it's a full time. Okay.
Yeah, it's a full time. And I think channeling, having different channels where you can get finance from using your art. On my side, I see it this way. I can draw one piece of artwork and for an year without drawing another piece and using different channels to make money using that artwork. How? Because there's different kind of things that you can do to sell your artworks. Like one piece, you can produce different prints, because two people can like one piece.
Okay.
What can we do about that? We produce different. We produce prints, and we can sell to different people. Okay. We can also action our art. We can merchandise our art.
Okay.
Yes. So those are just different ways.
Several avenues that you can use to still make money from the thing that you love the most, and that is art. Exactly. So then, how do you decide pricing? Because again, like we said, for this specific one that we saw, it's very intricate, very delicate, very detail-oriented. It's just that, and I really try to understand your thought process with the same.
Yes.
And like you said, it takes time,
yes.
right?
Yes.
By the time you come up with something that we clearly can see and really appreciate the amount of work that was put in.
Yes.
So what influences your pricing, and is that being appreciated in the country? Ama mtu atakwambia we hiyo ni expensive sana.
Okay, the pricing depends. It depends on many factors. One is the time taken to complete a piece of artwork, the idea being sold out to the art enthusiasts, and another thing is maybe the material used. Yes, so you just have to consider so many factors before deciding the art. But also branding is important. Yes, because I can take 2 minutes to draw an artwork and sell it with over $1,000. Yes. There's a question you ask again.
Yeah.
Yes.
In terms of then how do people respond to say a particular price of a particular art that you're selling? Are they appreciative, or they're like, this is too expensive, we can't?
What I can say about that is Kenyans are ready to support art. Okay. Yes, they are fully ready to support art, but they don't. They're not getting what they want, and that's what us as an artist need to figure out. We don't have to blame the people that they don't support art, they don't appreciate art. We have to figure out, because if it's like just a relationship, it's like you're dating. You have to figure out what your girlfriend or what your boyfriend wants. Yes, that's what I'm encouraging every artist. Just focus on making yourself better, and people will just come. Yes, I've met these people who appreciate who we say that they appreciate art, but these people are there. Yes, even you right now you can see such an artwork, like it's not worth maybe 20,000. But when you see a different thing, when you see a different things that triggers you, you can even buy it at $1,000. So it's just a matter of perception.
That's true, and what really understanding what people want and giving them exactly what they want.
Exactly.
Not doing something
because you want money or you want support. Yes.
I really like that.
Yes.
I'm curious to engage Louis, but I can see he's very will I sort of like distort your thought process, or should I just let you do your thing?
No, we can just talk.
I actually like what I'm seeing.
Thank you.
And for you said you got to a point where, first of all, where at? Do you want to tell us where you are at? I really That's fantastic. Oh, you're okay. All right, fantastic. So do you want to just help us understand that process, where you are at right now and what you're doing? And yeah,
right now I'm just coloring, putting different layers of colors.
Yes.
Trying to capture some shades of shadows, lights. Yeah, and also trying to see where I've left out. Maybe there's something I've missed out. I'm trying to figure out where to clean. But it's almost done.
That is, I really like it. And I'm happy that you took note of my small nose. My friend always tells me, Vinny, where do you even breathe? Because your nose is very tiny.
Yeah, that's what I told you. You have unique features.
Unique features. Yes, okay, now, one thing that you said earlier on, even please try today. You said you got to a point where you went to an exhibition and realized, kumbe artists can actually make money out of art. So how have you been able to then, if you have that, is balanced passion and the business side of art, and how is that working so far?
It has been challenging because sometimes I'm everything. I'm the social media guy. I'm the creative.
You're the creative. You are your manager.
Yes, I'm the accountant. And I'm also the guy who looks for the gigs.
Yes.
And for the clients. So it's something I've learned to work through.
Okay.
But in future, when I'll be maybe somewhere better than where I am.
Yes.
I might hire a personal manager.
Yes, to at least help you with the day-to-day. Yes, booking gigs, for example, and making sure that pesa inakuja.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
You focus on the creative,
it's true.
on the creative side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you finish, Louis, and then we'll engage you more. So to how you came up with the eyes and the eyebrows and the lashes.
Yeah.
So that where do you see the future of art as an artist? And meanwhile, I don't know if we can actually see the second, because you have like 3, and I'm not too sure if you can reach it. just tell us your thought. Yes, this one. This is very. Hey, yeah. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Because like an intersection of two different races, cultures. Yeah.
Yeah. So this artwork talks about multiracial marriages, intermarriage between different races.
Interracial marriages.
Yes,
interesting.
Exactly. Yes. So I was inspired by this from right now we see in the world we have so many interracial marriages. Yes. And the product of it it produces different cultural backgrounds. So you see the kid comes out with different cultural backgrounds from the father and the mother, and that's something which is evolving, and it sounds artistically to me. Yes,
I like that, because then again it's deeper than just these two different people, different races, different cultures, different backgrounds.
Yes,
but also the merging of the two. It's like we're merging our different cultures,
exactly,
and getting to learn a lot from all these different cultures. But at the end of the day, helps us understand that we're human, and say love. In its sense, it doesn't choose. It has no bounds, you know? Like, I'm reading so much from that.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
So many ways that you can communicate to the people without necessarily even having to say anything, based on what they can see.
Yes.
And people tend to interpret that very differently. And interesting. And what? You said there's a lot of iteration.
The last one. This is called Butterfly.
Hey, that one.
Yes, this is my latest project.
Okay.
Yes. So in most of my works, like the ones that explains the social aspects, I do work with models. And this, so the mix here is it's called she's called Esther Mino. Yes, she's from Coast. Yeah. So. I think we did the photography part of it first before I placed it down on paper. I credit Muma Pics for the photography part of it. Yes.
So what is the inspiration behind this? Why this? What is it that you were trying to communicate with this art?
So Butterfly is a project that talks about the human transformation in connection to the life cycle of a butterfly. Yes. So you see, us as humans, there's a time we experience struggles in life. It's just like a caterpillar entering the cocoon. So during that time, the caterpillar doesn't give up. It becomes stronger, and when it emerges from the cocoon, you will find that it's something. It has transformed. It's something different from beautiful. Yes. Yeah. From ugly to something beautiful. And that's how transformation works on human beings. The struggles we experience in our day-to-day life makes us who we are. They makes us be stronger, wiser. Yes. So I think that I was just inspired by the life cycle of a butterfly,
and relating that to our lives as human beings, because we go through all this, processes. Sometimes we're going through ups and sometimes down, and sometimes we go through situations that change who we are as a person. But again, depending on how resilient someone is, you come out stronger and beautiful on the other side.
Exactly.
That is so beautiful. How long did this take? I'm just curious.
Okay, this took 1 week.
Okay.
Yes, because of the wings, coloring of the wings. Yes. So.
And you said you use charcoal. You use what else?
I use charcoal pencils and color pencils.
Color pencils and charcoal.
Yes,
and charcoal pencils.
Exactly.
I see that. So then, where do you see the future of art? As a country, because like you said, now Kenyans are embracing art.
Yes.
They're willing to support good art.
Yes.
And they're also willing to spend on good art as long as it meets what they need and what they want. So in the future, say like in 5, 10, 15 years, where do you think art would be?
I think we are already in the future, because
we're there.
you can see what people are using the AI on social media, and I think people think that AI can put artists out of the game, but no. Me as a person, as an individual, I see AI as a tool. It's not a threat.
Oh, so you're not threatened?
I'm not threatened, because AI can't copy the feelings of a human being. It doesn't have an experience.
That's
true. So we remain to be authentic and natural. Yes, and history has tried to tell us that art has stood a test of time.
Yes.
Yes.
It has. Yes, it has.
Yes. So it's not a threat. It's a tool that we have to embrace it and use it. The fact that recently we have so many youths they using AI to criticize the politics. Yes, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to put that into. To put that into into critics to the government, because that's revolution.
But also, it can be used in a very negative way. That you know, with the fake news and defects and all those things.
Yes, that's where I was going.
Okay.
So yes, so I think if we embrace it and we use it in a positive way, it will be of importance. Okay. But if you misuse it and bring out misinformation and something that gets personal, that's
very detrimental.
I
see
that's
that.
Not good.
I see that. Okay, Lou is that. Oh, look at that. Hey, okay. Tell us. Oh my! I was scared. I was like, hey. You know what I'm actually happiest about? Yeah. You did not leave out my forehead.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
It has to be there. I am really happy that you did not try to cover it because this one, identity. It has to be there. That is so. I really, really like it. Take us through, because for someone who's watching at home, and then even my cheekbones and this part. Wow.
Yeah. So. For me, once I just look at your, I look at your shape, because for you have like more of triangular shape. Your face, and it's mostly oval to triangle. So that's what I've translated here.
Yes.
With your eyes.
Yes.
Your eyes, when you smile, you're bright. So I have tried to make them bigger than normal. So and also your smile, your teeth. Also your teeth are pronounced when you smile. Yeah. So I've put it down there.
Yes. And my red lip, the red lip that I have today.
Yes.
And my cheekbones too. So you're trying to say me I have like a very defined jawline. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Very defined.
He said it. Repeat for the people at the back. Well, I just I haven't.
There's some women actually. You can't see their features when they're having makeup. Okay. For you, it's different. But the other women, when they put makeup, the features they disappear.
Yeah. I'm going to hug you right now. It's like, makeup or not, she's still.
She's still fabulous.
Thank you. This is beautiful. I really like this. Oh my days. Now, I have a question for you, because just recently, there was a bit of a problem when it comes to art and say caricature artists or illustrators, magazetini, you are doing the things and then it lands you in trouble. And and C.S. Murkomen actually said that, you know what, if you are disrespectful, we will come for you. So then as an artist, because again you see there's your creative process, and when you put out something, it's not to harm anyone. I want to believe that it's not to harm anyone, but sometimes it lands you in trouble. So then how do you sort of like protect yourself, but also protect your art and also protect your creative process, that it doesn't dim your shine just because there's a lot of things going online?
Okay, what has been going on recently, it's disappointing, because caricature has been there for long.
Yes.
Yeah. We've seen Gado, we've seen Gams. They've been doing it since the 90s, early 90s, 80s. So for me, when I see such things popping up right now, it's too late.
Yeah.
And if they have to arrest everyone, they have to arrest everyone, not just specific individuals.
Person.
Yeah, or they put a rule there, which is not there anyway. And also another challenge. I don't know, reframe your question?
Yes, I'm still on the challenge. But also at the same time, because I can see we have like 2 minutes or a minute to go on a break. So AI, Janelle just said, I'm not threatened by AI. AI is my... it's depending on how you use it. It can work for the better or it can be for the worst. But for you, because like I said, caricature is not well understood. There are not so many artists who are, into caricature, right? And then there's AI, which can literally do, some of those things. So where do you think that then places you as a caricature artist?
As for me now, it opens I'm trying to be more creative than when I used to be. So like right now, for now, AI can't do gigs. Like going to parties and drawing people, they have to have an artist there, physical artist. And also there's some clients who appreciate the human touch of an art.
All right.
Like when they see they have Alossa's art, they're proud.
Okay.
Not somewhere a robot did it.
Yes.
So when they put it in the house and they tell people, do you know Alossa art?
Yeah.
I know him. This is his signature.
Yes.
He did this certain event.
Yes.
Or I paid him this amount of money and he did this for me.
So that
there's
human
that proud
touch.
moment of that human touch people appreciate.
About art.
Yeah, and I've seen many Kenyans also have started appreciating more.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so then as we bring this to a close, because we have to finish this part of the conversation, and then focus on content creation, in the next one. What is it that you'd like, people to know about art, and maybe in terms of support, what to appreciate, and also young people who are like, maybe this is something that I can venture into.
Yeah.
What is it that you'll tell them? Your camera is this.
Yeah.
Quickly, like 30 seconds.
For me, I would say for the young people who want to get into art, they can go ahead, look for learning institutions. We have a couple in Kenya, Buruburu, ADMI. They offer different types of art. So if you're a parent, you can support your kids. And for those their kids who are still young, maybe in primary, they can buy for them art materials or anything they need to enhance their creative process.
Yeah.
And also art pays. We have different art careers out there which need to be filled, the gaps which need to be filled.
Yes.
Especially comic.
Yes.
We have so many gaps in comic world.
And I'm happy that you're here, that, people can actually reach out and say, then what do we do? How do we fill that gap?
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Can I keep this?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm going to frame this.
Yeah, this is yours.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really, really appreciate it. Janewa, again, in 30 seconds, what is it that you'd want to speak to the people who are watching us at home to understand, art and even, upcoming artists very quickly?
First of all, let me appreciate that caricature.
Right?
Yes, I really love it. It brings out a form of entertainment.
Yes.
Yes, I like it. Yes, and so something I would like to share with creatives outside there. Don't think that every field you need to work extra. Yes, so don't think that if you are self-employed now, you have that leverage over the people who are employed. Every field you need to work hard and just use what you have to do what you can, because in this world we came for a purpose, and this is the purpose you're doing. Just do it, and money will flow, money will come by itself.
Do it right, and money will come.
Yes.
I like it, and also you insisted art pays. Kuna pesa, okay? So do not be afraid to venture into this if this is what you're passionate about. Thank you so much to both of you for coming this morning and helping us really understand the world of arts, visual artists, illustrator and caricature, artists. Really help us understand what that field is like, and and that it confirming that it actually pays. So for so many people who are like, there's no employment, there's nothing, and maybe you're passionate, about art, you can actually, pursue your passion, but also make money out of it. All right. So I hope that you have been inspired this morning. Thank you so much for staying with us for this part, but do not go too far, because on the second part of the conversation, we'll be talking about content creation and social media influencing, but also understand more about jewelry. Okay. So you do not want to miss that part. But before we go on a break, very quickly, news that's coming in this morning is that Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok has been arrested and is in the custody of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, that is the EACC detectives in Bomet. So the operation commenced this morning, targeting various premises associated with the governor. And the operation is part of an ongoing investigation into allegations of conflict of interest and theft of public funds in Bomet County, where the governor is a suspect, and the EACC spokesman, Eric Ngumbi, confirmed this. And the detectives held an operation at his Bomet residence and have just driven him to the county headquarters. And Governor Barchok will later be escorted to the EACC South Rift regional offices in Nakuru city to record a statement. Once again, Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok has been arrested and is in the custody of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, that is EACC detectives in Bomet. And this is news that we continue to follow up, and will bring you developments as it comes throughout the day. But for now, let's take a break. I'll see you on the other side of the break for the second part of our conversation this morning.
alisema bus next hadi jioni, so itabidi tungoje.
Vera, bado nalalia nyumba?
But alinifukuza.
Alma?
Alma? Alma?
Machi 7 tunasherekea wanawake, tunapiga hatua kwa udhabiti na nguvu. Chini ya anga angavu tunaanza safari ya kusherekea wanawake wanaoongoza njia. Tunawakaribisha wanawake wote Muthaiga Golf Club kwa uzoefu wa kipekee wa mchezo wa golf. Ari ya kusonga mbele imesalia nasi, tunapong'aa kwa mtindo wa kifahari na uzuri wa kipekee. Huu ni mwendo wetu, huu ni wakati wetu. Heri ya wanawake duniani.
Sometimes, a change of scenery can do wonders for a player's career. Some move abroad for more first-team opportunities, while others want to experience something different before hanging up their boots. For veteran defender Kyle Walker, he's using the final stage of his career to seek a new challenge after swapping England for Italy.
To protect our family from germs that cause illness when it's cold, we use Dettol soap.
Dettol soap with germ defense gives you protection. When it's cold, germs are transferred in different ways. And Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and embark on a culinary journey with Pishi Bomba, the ultimate cooking show that brings the flavors of the world right into your living room. Tune in this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. with me, Claire Karatu, for a mouth-watering adventure. Pishi Bomba. Cook, eat, enjoy.
Looking for some mehe faster than you can say spill the tea? Well, I've got you covered.
Con Entertainment, you know, we already got the vibe, so I got the beats, my moves ni kwako.
Join us for Chocha where the games are wild.
Kiss my dump, right? Gachagua, Kindiki, Sakaja.
And of course, kama kuna story inspiring ama ngoma noma, send in, tutakuwakilisha kama kawa kama dawa.
Catch Beats and Buzz
only on NTV. It's gonna be mad and crazy.
Imagine a future where innovation drives sustainable prosperity for all of Africa. Welcome to the Fifth Nation Digital Summit, where we'll be exploring transformative innovations, shaping Africa's future for sustainable prosperity.
Hear from thought leaders, engage in thought-provoking conversations, gain valuable skills and knowledge, and connect with industry leaders.
Join us as we shape the future of Africa at the Fifth Nation Digital Summit.
Register now.
As the interest rates were going up, we actually got to a point where our models told us continuous increases in interest rates would take tens of thousands of customers into default. So we actually halted further increases in lending rates. Very likely, banks that need to raise additional capital may look for equities from existing shareholders. Think about how they manage their retained earnings or profits, how much you pay for dividends, vis-a-vis, how you manage retained earnings holdings. Deposits are only as expensive as where you can deploy them. The rotation opportunities to use those deposits to lend through short-term lending, you can still, as a bank, from a shareholder return point of view, manage your economics there.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and embark on a culinary journey with Pishi Bomba, the ultimate cooking show that brings the flavors of the world right into your living room. Tune in this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. with me, Claire Karatu, for a mouth-watering adventure. Pishi Bomba. Cook, eat, enjoy.
This Valentine's season, you and your loved ones deserve to cherish every moment and celebrate the love and connection you have grown since the day you laid eyes on each other. Join us for the Valentine's Expo 2025, a vibrant, a love-filled space where brands and love unite. Also, this is your grand chance to be a part of history as we host a Guinness World Record attempt for the most hugs in 24 hours. Don't miss the Valentine's Expo 2025. For more details, please reach out to the following.
He will come and save you. He will come and save you. Say to the weary one, your God will surely come. He will come and save.
There is nothing that God has to give that is giving to us some other way. It's through Christ. It's through Christ. Have you given your life to Christ? Have you yielded to Him? Have you accepted Him as Lord and Savior of your life? Friends, that's where we begin.
No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shot.
What do you need, Inspector?
Come with me to the mayor's office for questioning. That's all.
Oh, really? This is regarding what?
The death of your husband.
I'm only going to tell the truth. The things Alma did to catch him and how she blackmailed me so Leonardo won't go to prison.
I do want to spend time with my dad, but I don't want to live with him.
You can't get overconfident or she'll steal your husband. She'll come live in your house and steal your family. Be careful.
You are the one.
Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Welcome back. 8 minutes past the hour. The show is Your World. And remember, we started this block, and that is from 10 all the way to 12 this week. And that will continue. That is the new timings for Your World. And that means is double the hours of fun, double the hours of impact, and double the hours of interesting stories and conversations that we need to have on a day-to-day basis. And today we started off with understanding the world of art. What exactly does that look like? Looking at, the thought processes, what goes into it, the amount of work that goes into it, and we really witnessed that today on the set. And also when it comes to making money, making a living out of art. And both artists said, listen, it is possible to make money, okay? So now we're transitioning to the second part of the conversation, and we'll be focusing on content creation and social media influencing. What exactly does that world look like? A little bit later, but for now, we want to delve deeper into understanding the world of rocks, okay? And rocks in this case, we'll be talking about gemstones and jewelry and precious stones and semi-precious stones and all those things. But before that, just to bring you up to speed on the news that we have received this morning, and that is Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok has been arrested and is in the custody of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission detectives in Bomet. Now, the operation commenced this morning, targeting various premises associated with the governor, and the operation is part of an ongoing investigations into allegations of conflict of interest and theft of public funds in Bomet County, where the governor is a suspect. And this was confirmed by EACC spokesman, that is Eric Ngumbi. The detectives held an operation at his Bomet residence and have just driven him to the county headquarters. And the governor, that is Barchok, will later be escorted to the EACC South Rift regional offices in Nakuru City to record a statement. But once again, Bomet governor, that is Hilary Barchok, has been arrested and is in the custody of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, that is EACC detectives in Bomet. We'll be bringing you more updates as and when we get them. But for now, let's transition and come back to the conversation that we're about to have on this first half of the hour. And we're talking about, like I said, rocks, okay? I'm pretty sure you've heard about rocks and semi-precious stones. Stones, I should have said. Yes. Okay. And all those things. And to help us understand that is Hanley Anyanga Motsune, who is the CEO and founder of Haitian.
Yes.
But you also said Hatatian.
Yes, very African way to pronounce
it. When Africa, you pronounce it that way. It's so good to have you this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Lovely.
Thank you.
Clearly there was a memo. There was something. There was a bag.
Yes.
Both of us.
We need to wear black.
We need to wear black. It's so good to have you.
So good for you.
Thank you so much for first of all agreeing to help us really understand that, because the majority of the times we just go about our business on a day-to-day basis. There's so many things that we need to figure out. You know, life is lifing.
Okay.
You know, in itself. But also we also have a special group of people. Not special group, but we also have other groups of people who are very, very interested in understanding stones, understanding gemstones, understanding jewelry, and you know the whole process that goes you know behind it. So we said let's talk about it today. Educate us, teach us, right?
Yes.
So help us first of all understand. I want to say like the different processes, the different stones, like I said, and the gemstones and all those things. Help us really understand the whole world as far as jewelry is concerned.
All right. So in the gemstone industry, we have there's a category in the gemstones called we have the crystals, we have semi-precious gemstones, and then we have precious gemstones, then we have the diamonds.
Okay.
So they are all categorized based on their the formation of the gemstones in itself.
All right.
So with the crystals, for instance, I've brought here a crystal. This is called an amethyst crystal.
Yes, so that in the it helps in
calming and all that,
centering you and all those things. Okay.
So that's amethyst. Mostly it's used for spirituality. And surprising enough, amethyst is the February birthstone. So being in February, if you want to get anyone born in February a gift, you could use an amethyst gemstone to get that. Yes.
Interesting.
So this is also made from amethyst. So there are different formation when you're into the gemstone industry, into the stone cutting. Okay. So there's this this is the rough gemstone.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to say
exactly. So when it's mined, this is its original
this is
form.
how it looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
And so there's this one where we do cardboard. It's called capsule. It's been cut into a certain
shape.
A certain shape.
Yes.
So when you look into this, it has facets. You get facets at the different, with different lighting, you can see how it sparkles.
Yes.
So all those things, I looked at, there was amethyst, I was very shocked. It's mined in Tui. I found rubies also mined in Kenya, somewhere in Baringo. There's Savorite in the Taita Taveta, and then there's also a lot of quartz. So a lot of them are mined here in Kenya.
In the country.
Yes. But then there's also a variety of them that are found across the globe.
Yes.
You get? But necessarily my focus is in Africa.
Africa. Yes. I mean, African problem. And Africa is so rich. You know, we talk about minerals. We talk about, you know, like you said, in the country, not so many people actually knew that you could actually get, amethyst mined right here.
Yeah.
In like you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very, very fascinating. Now, like you said, so what is then the process of getting it from in its actual, honestly, raw form?
Yes.
Into this? Because it's very fine, it's very defined.
Yes.
What is that process like?
Okay, so when it's rough like this, we take it to a lapidary. A lapidary is also like the process of stone cutting. So there's there are people who are skilled in this industry in stone cutting who've done it for over 40 years. You know, so it's also a kept kind of industry. So not so many people are aware of it.
Yes.
So they have a disc somewhere. They use water and a disc. that has it's like a sandpaper, but like has also tiny diamonds in it to do the stone cutting, and then they move from one phase to another. It's like fundi wambao, you get. So for you to get that smooth finish, you have to move it from one disc to another, and then like using the finest sandpaper. So in this case, when it comes to the last process of polishing and faceting, they use the smoothest disc to do the polishing and all these things. So also on my page, I usually show on Instagram, I usually show the way that they do in stone cutting and everything. So for my audience to see the authenticity behind the gemstones of the jewelry.
We actually have some of those clips actually. That I know the as we continue with the conversation, and also understanding the delicate nature, of stones, because like you said, we have the semi-precious stones, and then we have the precious, stones, and then we have the diamond.
Yes, the diamonds.
She said she did not come with the diamond.
I didn't come with them.
So we all see. So then that delicate balance, so that you preserve the natural, what is it called? The natural state, quote unquote, of the stone, but at the same time also getting it into a shape that you want. Like. That's a very delicate process.
It is. And then there's a process that we call the 4 C's. I think every jeweler talks about this. So the 4 C's is where you determine the gem quality to know, for instance, this one cannot be faceted because it doesn't have clarity. So the 4 C's are color. We look at the color. So with this one, for instance, this amethyst, you could tell the difference between this and this. This one is a lot deeper and it's more consistent. So we look at color, the carat. Carat is the weight now in gemstones. So you see how you can measure things in grams.
3 carat.
Exactly. Yes, carat. And then we look at, I've talked about the clarity, carat, and the color as well. So depending on the
color.
Clarity, so that it doesn't have inclusions. There's something called inclusions. You see, for instance, yes, this one is milky. It looks milky inside. You can't see through.
Oh yes,
you can't see through. Yes, so those are called inclusions.
So this is gonna inclusion.
Yes, it's gonna inclusions. So that's what also determines the quality of a gemstone in itself. You get?
All right.
So the other one is about color clarity, carat, and I've forgotten the other one.
You said the 4 C's.
Yes,
it will come.
The other one will come. Yeah.
All right.
But yes, those are the ones that we use to determine the value of the gemstone in itself.
Now you said there's the semi-precious, and then there's the precious, and then there's those 4 things I think I used, right?
Semi-precious, precious, crystals, and now diamonds.
Now, so what qualifies one to be like semi-precious and the other one precious? Like what
So when the gemstones are being discovered, they're usually taken to the lab, and from there they are able to test the chemical composition of the gemstone or what it has to determine if this is going to be a rare gemstone or it's not going to be a rare gemstone. So gemstones mostly like semi-precious ones are not as rare compared to the precious ones and the diamonds. You get? So it's about the chemical composition, and then the people in charge of the gemstone industry, or the who research this, the ones who categorize the gemstones, different gemstones, and where they fit into that category. Yes,
I see that. And also for the crystal and diamond, because I'm pretty sure majority of people have seen this, and they're like, okay, so what is then the distinction? And also, do you want to just help us understand how a diamond looks in its raw form? Because as we see them on rings, and we see them on necklaces, and sometimes headpieces, and they're very well cut. It's just so beautiful. So we think that is how Zinatoka.
No. Yeah, so it's also the part of art. You see, when I was diving into the business of jewelry, I was looking at it as a form of art. Because kutoa kitu from this state to bring it into this state, it goes through like 10 processes for you to have a refined product like this. You get? And that is the art that I look at and say, this is the art in jewelry.
I see that.
So that process, those processes that, someone may look at this and say, how much I can get this in Dubois. I don't know, 1,000 shillings.
And then actually they tell you, by the way, in diamond.
Exactly. But this is not how it comes out. You get? So that's the whole process, and the value of these things are not necessarily is not necessarily the rarity of it. Sometimes some of them, like an amethyst, you get, it's not as rare. I can give you this amethyst, but it's not going to be the same value as this one.
True.
Because you see the workmanship that has been put into making this, transforming this into this, is a lot more compared to this one in its raw form.
I see.
And even if I give it to you and tell you, "Well, you do it, find a way to make this one look like this," it's going to take you a long time for you to do that.
Yeah. So then how do we differentiate between the, it's not original, what is the term? There's a term for it, and the fake one. Okay.
The real and the fake
gemstones. Yes. Because like I said, it's true. Most of some people have been sold
fake. So the best thing I can advise you, because not so many people are aware of like they have the eye to tell there's a difference and all that. The best thing I could do is tell you to go to an expert. And the other thing is that you could also do your research on it and find out how it looks like in different lighting and all those things. But the best way you can do is have a professional have a look at it.
Yes.
Or ideally, a while back we used to take gemstones to the Ministry of Mines here in Kenya to do testing to find out if they're real gemstones or not.
Yes.
So that's something that you can do as well.
I see that. So then, being in this business for how long now?
5 years.
5 years. What is it that you've learned about gemstones that maybe ilikushtua? Or what is it? What are some of these lessons that you've learned about gemstones and like you said, crystals and all the precious stones and semi-precious stones?
Yes.
Just being in this.
So I think every day is usually a shocker,
Okay.
So there are some gemstones. There's a gemstone. It's a special kind of garnet. I think it's called it's a peach garnet.
Okay.
So it changes color based on the lighting. So if you have artificial lighting, it'll look more orangey. If you come out of it, it'll look more peach. You get, so that was so transformational for me, and I was like, that's crazy,
It's like the beauty of like Mother Nature has a way of just doing things. Now, how are people responding? Because you see, majority of the times, like you said, the precious, semi-precious diamonds and crystals and all those things, people say, hey, those ones are expensive. We don't even want to know about them. We don't even want to think about them and all those things. So how are people responding and appreciating? And how, first of all, how much in terms of knowledge do people have as far as, the stones are concerned?
So, the knowledge is very little, I could say, for the majority of the people I've interacted with in terms of the different Kenyans I've interacted with, But there are those people who understand the value of this.
All right.
So I use my page to educate people on the gemstones and everything and the value of it on Instagram, because I don't necessarily just want to sell you an item. I want you to know what you're buying.
Yes.
You get? So I'm not necessarily only targeting the people who understand who understand this industry. I'm also trying to convey education and information to people to understand. With your budget that you have, you can own a gemstone or something like that too. Also, for you to understand the origin of where you come from, that the richness of the Mother Earth in your country.
Yes, absolutely. Because like you said, Africa as a continent and even Kenya as a country, it's very rich in this precious stones that sometimes we've not tapped well, into that. But at the same time, remember there's a lot of stories, that we had a few years ago, as far as exploitation, of the workers. And people will tend to shun away from, say, Company X because of the exploitations and all those things. So how much of that had sort of like the business, and what is it that we really need to be cognizant of? Because they say they sell you at a very expensive price. Say, for example, if it's already been made into that beautiful necklace. But then again, the process, the extractors, the people who get it to us, that they're not being paid or like it's slavery and stuff. Yes. So another one of my pointers, or rather one of my driving force in this industry is to make sure I'm selling ethically sourced gemstones or ethically made jewelry. You get? So I'm making sure that I'm doing it ethically, or rather like the people I'm sourcing them from, they're doing it ethically. So the other thing is that showing the behind the scenes. I like to show the behind the scenes a lot for you to be able to know that you're not just appreciating jewelry as it's made from, you're also appreciating the people who've made it. You get? So not only are you buying jewelry, you're also creating employment for these people who are, they're self-employed, to be honest, because they're doing it for themselves. So those are the things that I'm keen about, and I'm very vocal about this, and I wanted on my page, I really just want people to see that the behind the scenes, it's not an easy job. At the same time,
it's not that you're creating employment for these people.
For other
you
people,
get?
I see that. Now, if someone wants to venture into this business, what would you say? Because, like you said, the knowledge is a little bit, on the lower side. So much awareness needs to be done to make sure that people really understand the value of the stones and what the Mother Nature and the earth gives us. But before that, pricing in ranging, because I'm just curious, because like you said, the rarity of the stone does not necessarily dictate the price, right? But ideally, approximately, how much are we talking about in, say, for example, like semi-precious stones or precious stones, diamonds, maybe, or crystals?
Okay, to answer both of
don't run away. Yes,
to answer both of your questions, I have to take you back to my journey, and tell you how I started. So first of all, like any other person maybe who started jewelry, I started from I was selling brass jewelry. You get? And actually, let me take you
even way back.
When I was 12 years old, I think I was around class 6. I was with my parents and had passed by Masai Market. And I really loved the beadwork that these people were doing. I valued the ladies sitting on the floor and they were doing the, and I was like, that is so beautiful. So upon going home, my mom had this cookie box where she put all her jewelry inside. And I really admired that. I wasn't really a jewelry person, but I was like, the person who's going to be in this industry, makes a lot of money, because how come they're not like, she's not getting tired of this, this money, buying this much of jewelry. So the next time I told my dad about it, and then he's very inspiring because he's an entrepreneur. So he told me, we went back to Masai Market at that time. So we went back there and he spent 500 bob. And he told me, I spent 500 bob to buy you these goods for you to make this jewelry by yourself and sell it. But then you need to know that this 500 bob has to come back.
Yes,
exactly. But he was mostly talking about not coming back like to him, but don't eat all your profits. You get plus your capital. You get that's your capital. So when I was older, like now when I was in uni and I was trying to look for a business to start, that's when I started with, okay, let me start with jewelry, because at least I did it at one point and I was successful. So I started looking at jewelry in jewelry in brass and all that. But then I was reading a lot of business books and I wanted to grow my business. You get? Because I was thinking, if I sell one good at 500 bob and I want to make 100,000, I have to sell a lot of goods for me to make that. So I was looking at how do I add value so that to do that all in one, in one cell. So that's when I did research and I was now ventured into silver jewelry and all that. Like I found people who were able to help me and mentor me. So it's kind of luck. At the same time, I feel like it's serendipity. Because I put myself out in the process of put my intentions out and everything.
And then the universe brought it back.
Exactly. So I got people who mentored me. So I feel like I was kind of lucky. It's not a journey that anyone can get. Exactly. So that's when I didn't know anything about gemstones. So they
learned?
Yes, they taught me every single day. I would go there and I would what's this, and like a child.
Because I want to believe you have to be very knowledgeable for you to actually, get into all this business. Sasa, as we finish, right? And I know you said you'll talk about pricing as we bring this to a close. Mtu anauliza, sasa wewe unatengeneza all these things. Wapi pete?
Pete yangu.
Where's yours?
Well, I value the art behind it, because you see, with me, I sit with one-on-one with my clients. My way of selling my jewelry, I don't necessarily just sell you what I have. I don't keep stock. I have it's like a jewelry consultant. I sit down with my client one-on-one and we customize. I'm mostly focused on customization. So I customize the idea you have in your head to pay into paper, or like we do a 3D design, and then we send it to you to approve, then we recreate that idea. So my desire, or rather my passion from this is not necessarily in owning the item, it's in creating those ideas in people's heads and making exactly. And
I like that.
For it to, because it's something really, jewelry is something really precious and touching to people, like it's
stories
very, and it's very, for someone to buy jewelry, especially spend a certain amount of money, they're not just buying it for the show, they're doing it because it's sentimental. It holds a sentimental value.
That aspect of sentiment. Okay. Yes. All right. So as we bring this to a close, someone who wants to, get into this business, and you've done this for over 5 years now.
Yes.
There's so many lessons that you've learned from the same. What is that one thing that you'd want to leave, our audience with this morning?
So the one thing that I would like to leave is, in your industry, whatever you try to focus on, not just jewelry, in any industry, you need to do research. You need to focus on, understand what you want to give, the value, how much you want to make, and making sure that you meet that from your end. You do that value work. You add that value addition. You do that value addition to make sure that it's worth what you're selling to people. You get, because this is a timeless piece. These are
I can see rings.
Yes,
I can see. Okay, yeah. So
these are cufflinks.
We have cufflinks.
Yeah, so we also have
so the
male gifts and stuff like that. If you want to gift anyone,
Valentine is coming. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But thank you so much for coming by this morning and teaching us, and helping us really understand the entire world as far as stones and precious stones, are concerned, and the fact that they are available in the country.
Yes,
right. Because a lot of people tend to mimi lazima niende huko maju. Huko ndio iko. But we have so much, to offer right here in the country and even across the African continent. So thank you for bringing it out there and helping the people know that they are available. Thank you so much for your time. Oh my gosh. And you said this would be nice for someone whose birthday is in February.
Yes.
Mine is in December. So
December is Tanzanite. So this is something you could go for, or I could make you. We could recreate anything, like your wildest imagination of jewelry. I can create it for you with a Tanzanite gemstone as
look at
a gift to yourself.
Oh, look at that. Yes, these are really, really beautiful. Aki, thank you so much. Listen, we can sit here and talk about and get to understand the world of stones and precious stones and all those things, but these are really, really, look at this. These are really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And like you said, very sentimental gifts that you can give to your loved ones.
Yes.
For
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Yes. For those people who say, men love bells and songs and all those things, right? There's a way that you can also give them. All right, so we have to end this part of the conversation, go on a break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the world of social media influencing, digital marketing and content creation of that, and we'll have Banis Nuna to help us with that conversation. All right, but for now, allow us to say a special thank you to you, Handley, for coming by today. She's the CEO and founder of Hatatian or Hatatian Jewelry, depending on which one you want to use. Okay, so thank you so much for staying with us this morning, coming by this morning. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Do stay with us.
Want to know the biggest story of the week? Do not worry. The Weekly Review got you covered. For in-depth analysis of politics, business, governance, as well as social issues, The Weekly Review covers it all. For well-researched, exclusive and investigative content, read The Weekly Review every Sunday in the Sunday Nation.
Looking for some mehe faster than you can say spill the tea? Well, I've got you covered.
Con Entertainment, we already got the vibe. So I got the beats, my moves ni kwako.
Join us for Chocha, where the games are wild.
Kiss my dam, right? Gachagua, Kindiki, Sakaja.
And of course, kama kuna story inspiring ama ngoma noma, send in, tutakuwakilisha kama kawa kama dawa.
Catch Beats and Buzz
only on NTV. It's gonna be mad and crazy.
What do you need, Inspector?
Come with me to the mayor's office for questioning. That's all.
Oh, really? This is regarding what?
The death of your husband.
I'm only going to tell the truth. The things Alma did to catch him and how she blackmailed me so Leonardo won't go to prison. I do want to spend time with my dad, but I don't want to live with him.
You can't get overconfident or she'll steal your husband. She'll come live in your house and steal your family. Be careful.
You are the one.
Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
as the interest rates were going up, we actually got to a point where our models told us continuous increases in interest rates would take tens of thousands of customers into default. So we actually halted further increases in lending rates. Very likely, banks that need to raise additional capital may look for equities from existing shareholders. Think about how they manage their retained earnings or profits, how much you pay for dividends, vis-a-vis, how you manage retained earnings holdings. Deposits are only as expensive as where you can deploy them. The rotation opportunities to use those deposits to lend through short-term lending, you can still, as a bank, from a shareholder return point of view, manage your economics there.
Guys, skumeni. Umesema bus next hadi jioni, so itabidi tungoje.
Bado nalalia nyumba?
But alinifukuza.
Alma?
He will come and save you. He will come and save you. Say to the weary one, your God will surely come. He will come and save.
There is nothing that God has to give that is giving to us some other way. It's through Christ. It's through Christ. Have you given your life to Christ? Have you yielded to Him? Have you accepted Him as Lord and Savior of your life? Friends, that's where we begin.
No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow.
Minutes past the hour. Somebody's actually messing with the time today, And I wonder who they are. Oh, I forgot. Welcome back to the show. I thought I heard a lapel. Look here. Hey, let me tell you. Welcome back to the show. The show is your world. We are in the last few minutes of the show. And today, like I said, our focus is purely on content creation, art, literally the art and creative world. And we looked at art, self-visual art and, caricature or illustration. And we've also talked about gemstones, understanding the creative processes behind it. And now we want to talk about content creation and also social media influencing, because right about now almost everyone atakwambia an influencer. Whatever they are influencing is privy to them. Okay, but to help us with the conversation, someone who has done this for a while, we have Bernice Nuna, who is here with us. She is a digital creator and influencer, and her niche is luxury, travel, and lifestyle, and fashion. Good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You look amazing.
Thank
you
you
look
very
lovely.
much.
Like I said, with earlier on, there is a bag that beats the three of us.
Clearly.
Right?
Yes.
Because we're all in black.
Yes.
Great minds.
Oh, we look lovely.
We look lovely, right?
Yeah, they think alike.
Great minds. As they say, it's so good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the show. Now, the thing is, content creation.
Yes.
We've seen you. I stalk your page.
I see you.
And you do amazing things.
Thank you so much.
Great at that. How did you get yourself into? Because you're a model. Okay, once a model, always
a model.
You was,
yes.
but
I transitioned,
right?
Yes.
What was that like? First of all, the transitioning, and also how did you get yourself into the space and that is content creation and also influencing?
Okay. So as you said, I started as a model.
Yes.
It's so crazy because I started immediately I finished high school. My journey was funny because I had those moments where everybody would tell me,
you look like a model. You look like, you know, and that's because I was very skinny then.
Yes.
And I've always been this bubbly girl, very confident. So people, I think, could see it in me.
Yeah.
But I had a secret interest in it.
Okay.
Because as far as I remember, I would always watch all the beauty pageants. I'm keeping up with what's happening in the industry and everything.
Yes.
So I got an opportunity at 18. In my college, I was doing a short course.
All right.
And there was like a beauty pageant for the college.
Yes.
So I ran with it. And I think I practiced for like a week.
Yeah.
And I got the crown. And I think for me, that was the it moment.
A week?
Yeah.
But there's some people
who do it for so long.
What?
I know. I realized, oh my God, I have it in me.
Yes.
So I think to me, that was a confidence booster.
Okay.
And that was my introduction to modeling.
Into the pageantry.
Yeah. So after that, I did another pageant in university.
Okay.
That was Miss USIU. I placed as well. So, okay, I realized, okay, this is going well.
Yes.
And then I was signed in an agency where I started doing a fashion modeling and commercial modeling.
Okay.
That is what I did for a really long time.
All right.
Because I did that between 2017 all the way to 2021. So I was a commercial model and a fashion model for that long.
Okay.
So my agency, they help you, they guide you on how to walk, how to pose.
Yes, even when you're sitting, the way you're seated.
Yeah, even the sitting, they teach you everything.
And then us, we're like, hey,
it's a whole lifestyle. So I think for me, that's where my modeling started.
Okay.
So you asked about the transition as well.
Yes, into content creation and
Right.
how that world looks like. Because now everybody's a content creator.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Everybody has a good phone. So, I mean, when you feel you have a good phone and you can take good photos and videos,
Why
you go
not?
for it.
Yeah.
You never know. Anyways, I
Yeah.
encourage people to do it.
But now, how are you able to navigate that and also find your niche? And that is
Yes.
luxury travel,
Yes.
you know, and lifestyle. How did you get to that specific niche?
Okay, okay. So I started with many things.
Okay. You've done
Considering,
all things.
yes,
Yeah.
considering I had, my journey was from modeling.
Okay.
Of course, the first thing that hit me was, I could do fashion. Because I was working with all these fashion houses. So they would dress me and I'll be on set.
Yes.
And I enjoyed, plus I can play dolling every day.
Right.
And I think I picked it from my mother. She's very stylish.
Yes.
So I watched her all the time in her closet, dressing up. So the first niche that came naturally to me was fashion.
Okay.
So that's where I started. Then I knew I needed a few more things. So I started looking for, at things like cooking, which are some of my passions. I tried cooking for a while. It didn't work out for me.
No.
But you see, as a creator, that's when you're introducing different aspects of yourself to your audience. And through that, you're going to realize this I'm good at, maybe this not so much. And even having that mentality where you're welcoming to, okay, if it doesn't work, then let's move to the next and to the next.
Yes.
While you're still staying authentic to yourself.
To yourself, absolutely. And also learning and understanding and being reintroduced into the different facets of yourself.
Exactly. You learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did start with fashion.
Yeah.
And then cooking, that didn't work out. And then in between around 2020, this is shortly after COVID.
Okay.
And I think 2020 was my hardest year as a content creator.
All right.
Because it was my entry level. So I'm very green. I don't have equipment. I'm just using what I have.
Okay.
And that's the one thing I tell most creators or anybody that's trying to become a content creator.
All right.
Just start with what you have.
What you have.
You don't have to, I need a camera. I need lights.
Yes.
I need this and that. Start with what you have.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Okay.
It's going to be hard for a bit because, again, you're competing with people who have now the equipments that you're
And
looking
been
for.
in the industry for a long
but you can
time.
use that time to sharpen your skill.
I see that.
So 2020, I didn't make any money, but I kept creating.
Yeah.
I knew somehow this has to work out.
Okay.
And as I did that, also my parents were very supportive. So I remember buying my first ring light.
Yeah.
Like my dad bought me a laptop.
Yes.
So because I needed to
Edit the content, yeah.
Yes. So that year, that's when I gravitated, and that's when I knew fashion is it.
Okay.
So I did fashion for a while.
All right.
And then around 2021, I was scouted by another agency. It's so interesting. It was a Chinese agency. and they used to do content creation.
Okay.
But the market was the Chinese market.
All right.
So when I joined them, they would create now content full time and very professionally.
Okay.
So I was learning very many things.
Okay.
So that's when I started my travel content creation, because we travel a lot, and that agency, they would focus on travel content, especially in Africa.
You see the way you're playing Habolati or travel. You don't do just travel. You're doing luxury.
Yeah, those are those little steps. I got there much later.
But I
started with just kawaida.
Yeah. Now, this is the thing, because you mentioned two distinct things that I wanted to focus on. So one is on monetization.
Yes.
And also the second part is, because like you said, stay consistent. Start with what you have.
Right.
But then again, so getting to that level where you monetize your content.
Yes.
How do you get there? How do you decide the pricing? How do you decide your rate card? What influences all those things?
Yes.
And, because we have some content creators who say, I have been doing this for a while. I do not get any money out of it. And then there's someone who just started yesterday and they're making big money.
That's
right.
True.
Yeah. So how do you get there, and also what influences what you decide to, price?
Yes.
And also the brands to work with.
I think the first step is putting yourself out there.
Okay.
You see, we can't know what you do if you don't put yourself out
That's
there.
true.
Meaning the clients that are actually going to pay you need to see your work.
Okay.
So if they're going to see your work has to be of high quality and something that they feel is going to be of value to them.
All right.
So in that case, that means that I'm putting myself out there. I've already understood my niche. You see that 2020 year for me? Yes, that was my practice area. So now I've known my niche. So now that means I need to start creating high quality content for them.
Okay.
And then now you also have to, by putting yourself out there, one is the creating your art, and then the second is try to make sure that the clients, your target clients, can see you. So maybe let's say your niche is food. I'm going to go to a restaurant. Is the way you're going to eat. It's a basic need, right? When I go there, I'm going to create some content.
Yes.
Maybe around the food that I had in the experience, and I'm going to tag them.
Okay.
So if they see, and most cases they're going to see because they have social media managers, they're going to see your page.
Yeah.
If there's something more to see on your page, that means they'll see your value.
Yes.
The likelihood of them reaching out to you is very high.
Very high.
That's one way. I'm going to give you a few ways of how to monetize when you're starting. Beginner level.
Okay.
Yeah, this is now beginner level startup 101. So that's the first thing. Start tagging your target clients.
Okay.
Then number two, there are these agencies that actually take your data as a content creator. And then they are going to put it in the database.
All right.
So when a client is looking for content creators, then there's an agency that has a network of content creators, so they are a bridge.
Okay.
For example, I'll use one that I'll mention one that I've used before. Wowzy. Wowzy is actually the CEO is a good friend of mine.
All right.
He really nurtured me. So Wowzy takes database of different content creators from all fields like fashion, lifestyle, whatever.
Okay.
So they pick your database. So they monitor what you're doing, and they're even going to guide you and steer you like, okay, you're doing this right, and maybe not.
All right.
And then they also have now their network of clients.
All right.
So when a client comes to them, because they trust them, clients love to work with agencies because of the, the legal issues.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, let's say client A comes to them and tells them, I need an influencer to do this and that. Then Wowzy is going to reach out to you.
Okay.
And tell you, okay, this client is looking for this and that. So now that's another way to make money.
Speak of agencies.
Yes.
There's I'm pretty sure, was it last week or the week before? I know there's someone who was blasting a certain agency because, yes, they used, reached out, blah, blah. They did, their thing, submitted, their work and all those things and never got paid. So a lot of people are like, hey, some of these agencies, I'd rather work one-man show where I'm my social media manager, I am my own manager, I am the creative, I am this, because of the character development that has been chapward in the streets. Okay?
I mean, those are the unavoidables because, again, when you're doing content creation as a business, then you know that business is a risk.
Okay.
And such things happens. But that also tells you, the creator, you need to be able to identify credible agencies in the market that are not going to take you like this, like that, and eat your money.
Okay.
I've been a victim of it.
Okay.
In fact, quite recently.
What happened?
I was working with this
certain agency.
Yes. And the client, I think the client paid. The agency did not pay us.
And up until now.
So now we are actually pursuing them legally.
Oh wow!
Which is a very tedious
process and such.
Yes, but what I can say about that as creators, we need to learn how to come together. Because when you're together, you're able to fight the fight. I mean, it's going to be more effective.
Yeah.
Because most creators for a long time have been very scared of outing these people that eat their money along the way.
Yes.
So the agencies keep doing it, like the crude people that do that. So if content creators are able to come together and be like, why you paid? Why you paid? Why you not paid?
Yeah.
And you know that, then you can pursue it legally together.
Okay.
Be open.
Okay.
You know,
Be
it
open
happens.
about it.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about influencing, and my question is that what influences your choice to work with a certain brand? Because a scenario, so brand A approaches you.
Yes.
Maybe whatever they are, either the services or the products, you don't really believe in it. But the money is good.
So good. Yes.
What do you do? So then how do you balance what influences, or there's another company that yes, you believe in their cause, you believe in the products that they, you have tried and tested, the products that they produce and all those things.
Yes.
And the money is not good.
Yes.
When you look at the amount of work that you're putting into creating content for them versus the money they're giving you, the math is not mathing. But then there's this other one who you don't really believe in their cause, but the money is really good.
Yeah. It feels like a trap. Even.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, my take.
Yes.
That's when your integrity comes in.
Okay.
And your decision making. Yeah. Meaning that your discernment has to be A1.
Yes.
And your integrity. What are the values that you carry?
You hold as an individual.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, now we are talking about influencing. Meaning, part of my job is influencing people's decisions about what to purchase, and that means they trust me.
Okay.
I cannot betray their trust because I also understand how long it's taken me to build that community. I love them. They love me. I trust them. They trust me.
Yes.
So I cannot break that trust. It's like a relationship or a business.
Yes.
So integrity comes in at that point.
Okay.
So I have had moments where a client has approached me. In fact, I have a management, and every time a client writes us an email directly, we sit down and we ask, does this brand resonate with our brand?
With your brand.
That's the most important thing.
Yes.
Secondly, we'll do our market research. How is this brand carrying itself out there? Are they credible? Are they authentic? Are they scammers? Do they have issues? Because I also understand whatever name the brand has in the industry is directly going to affect me as a brand when I work with them.
Yes.
So the money could be so good, but is it good enough to tarnish my
economy? Hey.
Sasa but unajua nikiharibu at that point, that means I spoil my whole business. So what am I going to eat tomorrow? So discernment and integrity, very important. You can't run for the money.
And then also branding. So then how do you get to that level of building your brand into a respectable brand that sometimes even some clients will be scared to even approach you because they know.
Yes.
Bernice cannot. She cannot. How do you get to that level and stand by it? Because we have seen some people who have a strong brand, but then again, kidogo being swayed or mepotea, right? And that tarnishes their brand. And others who have, first of all, identified their niche, stood by their brand, built their brand to where they are, and, they're still going strong, that they've earned that respect. How do you get to that level? Because you've built your own.
Yes, I have, and it's been a long way.
The luxury side.
Brick by brick. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think now the answer to that is consistency.
Okay.
So how consistent are you at what you're doing? Can we trust that whatever you're doing now, you're going to do it tomorrow and the day after? Because consistency builds now the trust. So the trust now builds the brand.
All right.
And the brand now becomes the community.
Yes.
So with that sequence, that means that with everything that I do, my audience can see the consistency and how much it resonates with my life.
All right.
So they know, if Bernice goes to this place today and she says it's good, and she goes back again tomorrow, and the day after, by human nature, like human patterns, you can tell that, okay, she actually believes in this thing.
In this brand, yes.
So the more you do it and the more people see it, the more they resonate with you with that thing.
Okay.
For example, for me, it's travel.
Yes.
I love travel. Like, I live to travel.
It's like, you are born for the skies.
Yes, please. And I think it's my quest for learning.
Okay.
I'm a very curious person. I want to see what's beyond the horizon.
I'm just curious. Are you a Sagittarius?
Imagine I'm a Taurus.
Oh, dang it. Okay, I was about to say yes, too hard.
Yeah, I am a Taurus. and we're very grounded.
Yes.
So I also have a pattern of sticking to one thing when it's working out, and I want to see the results.
All right.
I'm goal oriented.
Okay.
So, and I want to see the results. So when you see me travel, I'm not doing it for the money.
Okay.
I'm doing it because I love it, and because I love it, I'm going to do it again and again and again.
All right.
The more the audience sees me do it, they know, oh, it's actually her life. She's not getting paid to do it. So even when I get paid to do it, you almost can't tell, because I'm so passionate about it. It's my life. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Find something that you're passionate about.
That's
be consistent about it, and stay grounded, like you say.
Yes.
And do not lose who you are. Be authentic to yourself.
Your authenticity.
Okay, listen, we have like 3 minutes to end the show. There's so much
We
that
can
we need
go
to
on
discuss.
and go on. Yes.
But really, so then content creation and also influencing here in the country, you've done this, I want to say like full time since you sort of like grew from 2020, you said? COVID, you know, changed the trajectory for you. So what is it that you've noticed about how, say, the audience or we as a people in the country respond when it comes to content creation, when it comes to influencing?
Yes.
Because sometimes someone says I'm an influencer and we look at them and be like, what are you influencing? Yes. So how are we doing as a people, as an audience, responding to content creation and brand influencing?
I feel like as content creation and influencing as our market grows, the audience is growing with us.
Okay.
When I said, first of all, that tells you, when I meet people one-on-one and they say that, I realize, they actually don't, some people have not believed that this is a real job.
Yes.
That means part of my job is to convince them that this is actually a real job, especially for the youngins that are coming
Yes,
now.
and I want you to speak to them actually as we bring this to a close, you know, in terms of really getting yourself to that point where this is actually your real job and not that you're doing it because, well, something to distract me or, you know, side hustle.
Yeah, like a hobby or something.
Yes.
Yeah, there's money and real money in it.
How much have you made? Now I'm nosy.
You can make a lot.
What's like the biggest? What's the biggest that you've made?
How am I allowed to say that?
She's trying to be humble. She's trying to be range. Okay, range.
Are we talking
millions
per brand?
Yes.
$1 million.
There's money.
Yes, there is.
There is money.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. But you were speaking to the youngins and telling them, what the sport looks like and how Kenyans are appreciating it.
Yes. So I was talking about the market and the audience and how they take it. So as we're trying to like demystify that mentality with people, people are learning that, because you see now, marketing is broad.
Yes.
Before we would rely on probably mainstream media, billboards and such. So now when you see me consume the product and I'll show you again and again, then you'll understand this is another form of marketing. Some products you've never seen. You're not always at the supermarket.
Yes.
You're not always watching the TV. But I'm sure you have a social media page that you look at probably 3 to 4 hours a day.
Yes.
So in those 3 to 4 hours, you're going to see like probably 10 creators that are going to sell something to you.
Yeah.
But I also understand there have been issues of content creators that have not been so credible.
Yes.
The ones that now you tell me we run for the money before they actually do the research. So I think we're still growing.
Yeah.
And the market will finally get there.
Yes.
I'm very hopeful.
Yes.
And the audience, I mean, I love my people, I love my community.
Yes.
And we're all growing.
All growing.
Yes.
I like that. Stay consistent, stay authentic, be grounded, but also follow your passion.
Yes,
and understand your niche.
Correct.
But thank you so much for coming by
Thank
today. Please come back again. There's so much that we need to cover in this world of content creation and influencing. So please come back again.
I will.
But in the interest of time, allow us to say thank you.
Thank you.
You know, for your time, coming by and really helping us understand the nuggets and what you need to know and getting yourself to that level, you know, where she is branding. Okay.
Yes.
That is known as digital creator and influencer, and her niche is luxury travel, lifestyle, and fashion. So if that is what is your interest, you know where to find her. Okay.
Yes.
So that she can give you all the nuggets that you need to have. But thank you so much for also staying with us for the entire 2 hours. I'm pretty sure that you've learned so much from today's conversation as far as creativity and understanding content creation, influencing, but also understanding the world of gemstones. All right. So I'm pretty sure you've learned so much from today's conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow, Mwikali will be with you. And it's a Friday, okay? So you know what that means. It's going to be fun. It's going to be music. It's going to be DJs. It's going to be all those good things, all right? So look forward to that tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Your World. But until then, stay safe. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you next week on Monday. Goodbye for now.